There are moments in the global entertainment industry where a single name can change the course of a trend, shake up a brand's strategy, and even make the world's fashion giants race against each other to get closer. And now, that name has popped up again. Jungkook, BTS's maknae, who is not only known for his incredible vocals, but also for his visual appeal and fashion influence that is so great that it transcends the boundaries of the music industry. In recent weeks, rumors circulating behind the scenes of the world fashion industry have caused a stir in the international media. Several European sources said Jungkook was reportedly in talks with a global fashion house to sign a contract touted as one of the most expensive in the history of Asian celebrity fashion. Interestingly, there is no official confirmation from Jungkook or his agency. However, major fashion media such as Vogue Japan, WWD, to Harper's Bazaar US began writing speculative articles about the possibility, complete with analysis of how Jungkook is now an irreplaceable figure in the realm of global luxury brands. But what makes this rumor even more interesting is not just the huge amount mentioned in the contract, but why so many world brands seem willing to bid such a high price for just one name, Jungkook. The question is, what makes Jungkook different from dozens of other global celebrities who also have a big influence on fashion? Is it purely a matter of popularity, or is there a secret formula that makes it the most valuable visual asset of its generation? Let's dissect them one by one. When GQ Japan magazine released its Most Influential Men in Fashion 2024 list, Jungkook's name came out on top, beating out global stars like Timothée Chalamet and Harry Styles. But interestingly, not because of fancy outfits or flamboyant appearance. Quite the opposite. Jungkook is known for his simple, casual, and even minimalist style. A black t-shirt, denim pants, boots, and sometimes a silver accessory in hand, but somehow everything seemed expensive when he wore it. That's what confused the fashion world. International stylists have described Jungkook as having an aura of organic elegance, something that cannot be formed through clothing or makeup, but is born of self-confidence and natural gestures. When Calvin Klein first hooked him for a global campaign, the impact was overwhelming. Sales soared, digital exposure exploded, and most interestingly, the demographics of their buyers changed dramatically. Jungkook not only brought K-pop fans into the fashion world, but also introduced fashion to the music audience. That's his unique strength. He's not just a brand ambassador, but a cultural bridge. Therefore, for the fashion industry, Jungkook is not just the face of a campaign, he is a living narrative that can be sold to the whole world. This aura could not be imitated by anyone, not even by fellow idols. And perhaps this is the reason why many brands are now willing to negotiate in fantastic numbers just to secure their contracts. Rumors about Jungkook's new contract didn't just appear. Since the beginning of 2025, a number of fashion industry analysts in London and Paris are already predicting that several major fashion houses are competing in a silent race to make it their main global face. In a report from Business of Fashion, it was stated that at least 3 world-class brands, 2 from Europe and 1 from America, have already approached parties directly related to Jungkook's management. One of them is rumored to be from the fashion giant LVMH Group. Although there is no confirmation yet, their movement pattern is very suspicious. Several official accounts of the brand began to follow Jungkook's fanbase. Then content appeared that subtly displayed a style identical to the idol's typical visuals. Even one of the top creative directors from Italy mentioned Jungkook's name indirectly in his interview, saying, There is one Asian figure who has the perfect balance between sensuality and elegance, and that's hard to find. On the other hand, American brands seem to want to assert their dominance in the global market by keeping Jungkook after the overwhelming success of Calvin Klein campaigns. They knew that losing Jungkook meant losing a digital magnet that could change the face of social media in a matter of hours. That's why rumors about this new contract feel like more than just gossip. It's like a high-end business strategy game where one move could permanently change the global map of fashion. According to reports, Jungkook's contract could be worth more than $10 million a year, making him one of the highest-paid Asian ambassadors in modern fashion. But that figure is only the tip of the iceberg. Behind it, this kind of contract usually includes the right to image, creative freedom, and even the possibility of collaborating directly on product design. In Jungkook's case, that makes a lot of sense, as he is known to have a strong and consistent visual sense from the way he dresses to the way he sets the lighting in a photo shoot. Some brands are even believed to be interested not only in his face, but also in the sense of art direction that Jungkook shows through his own works. It is not only an icon, but also a visual inspiration. So if this contract does come true, she might go a step further than just being a model. She could become a creative collaborator or even a co-designer. And this is what makes these rumors even more logical. Because for the global fashion industry, Jungkook is not only economically valuable, but also aesthetically. It is a combination of artist and product, between inspiration and commercial reality. As soon as these rumors spread, the immediate world reaction was incredible. From Twitter to Weibo, from TikTok to Reddit, Jungkook's name is trending again in 60 countries. The international media wrote in a mixed tone of admiration and curiosity. Elle France wrote, "If these rumors are true, then the fashion world will face a new phenomenon. A young man from South Korea who can beat the influence of Hollywood actors." While Vogue Italia wrote more philosophically, Jungkook is not just a new face, he is a new chapter in the global narrative of modern masculinity. Even industry analysts in America refer to this phenomenon as the Jungkook effect too, an advanced version of the first wave that occurred when his Calvin Klein campaign exploded. But behind all the praise, there is also a debate. Does the fashion world rely too much on idol figures to sell aesthetics? Or is Jungkook redefining the relationship between music, image, and fashion in the digital age? Whatever the answer, one thing is certain: the world no longer separates artists and icons. And in Jungkook's case, the two are united in one seemingly irreplaceable figure. If Jungkook signs the luxury contract, the global fashion world will enter a new chapter. An era where digital influence and an aura of authenticity are stronger than any big-name fashion house, because Jungkook doesn't sell products, he sells flavors. Self-confidence without impression is made up. Elegant taste without excessive impact, and a sense of authenticity that makes everyone want to appear the best version of themselves. In a world increasingly full of strategy and imagery, such authenticity is the most valuable currency. So it's no wonder fashion executives are willing to pay big bucks for something that's hard to sell: visual honesty. From this, we see that these rumors are not just about fancy contracts or big numbers, but about how one young figure from South Korea managed to redefine the meaning of global influence. The world may still be waiting for official confirmation. But one thing is clear: even without any statements, Jungkook has already won. Because when the whole world is guessing your next move, it means that you are already in control of the game. Imagine, the entire fashion world is hot again, talking about one name: Jungkook. And not just because his face is plastered on a giant Calvin Klein billboard or a photo shoot that is always viral all over social media, but because the news that he said is not kidding. Jungkook will soon sign a new contract, and the value is said to be absurd, even for a global star size. But where do these rumors come from? Is it true that big agencies and brands are competing secretly to monopolize Jungkook's face in the world's fashion industry? Or is this just a cunning maneuver by the international media to shake up the markets before the big announcement? Well, before we swallow this speculation raw, let's disassemble one by one the strangeness and hidden signals behind this sensational news. It all started with one simple thing: photos. Yes, only one photo of Jungkook appeared at the airport, in a casual outfit, but somehow the fashion media immediately enlarged its meaning. Many say that style is not accidental. There is a theory that the cut of the jacket she is wearing is similar to Calvin Klein's unreleased limited edition design and was only given to an exclusive ambassador. From there, rumors began to spread. Is this a sign that Jungkook will extend his contract, or even level up to become the main global ambassador, a position that is rarely given to Asian artists? But wait a minute, there is something interesting. Some sources from the New York and Tokyo fashion industry say that the negotiations this time are not just about money. They said Jungkook was offered partial creative control, which meant he could help determine the direction of the campaign and the design that would be released. If true, it is not just an endorsement contract, but a creative collaboration at the designer level. Something that has never happened in the history of Calvin Klein for an Asian idol. And if it is true that this will be announced at the beginning of next year, it could be the biggest, most historic, and most influential contract in the modern fashion world. But the funny thing is, in the midst of all that euphoria, Jungkook himself remained silent. No confirmation, no teaser, no statement from his side. Only appear occasionally in a relaxed but mysterious style. And as always, the online world is on fire, because every step has a hidden meaning. Some speculate he deliberately kept quiet to hold back the hype, so that the moment of announcement would be a big shock moment. Some said he was weighing other offers from rival brands such as Prada or Dior, which are also said to be eyeing Jungkook's face to expand their Asian markets. Well, this is where the question becomes interesting. If it's true that the contract is that big and exciting, what does it mean for Jungkook's future in the fashion world? Will he keep his laid-back idol boy next-door image, or turn into a more serious and global high-fashion icon? Or will he break all those boundaries and create a new identity, one where Jungkook is not just a model, but a brand? To be sure, from all these pieces of rumors and speculation, one thing is clear. The fashion world is no longer calm. Magazines like Vogue, GQ, and Harper's Bazaar have started throwing vague clues in their articles. Some fashion influencers in Paris said a secret project was being set up for an Asian star with the initials J. And yes, who else but Jungkook? But strangely, the more news that appears, the more also the mystery remains unanswered. Who actually leaked this contract issue in the first place? Is it true that Calvin Klein will announce it at a big event in Tokyo? And why does Jungkook's agency seem so calm, as if letting these rumors run wild? It could be that they deliberately let the public speculate to test the market reaction. Because, for brands like Calvin Klein, public excitement can be the most effective promotional strategy before a big campaign is launched. One thing's for sure, no matter what's announced, this contract could be a turning point not just for Jungkook, but for the entire K-pop fashion industry. Because if he really gets creative rights and a global position on a par with Hollywood stars, it means that the line between idol and fashion authority officially collapses. And Jungkook's name will be recorded as the first person to do so. So now, the question remains, is the world ready to accept Jungkook not just as the face of Calvin Klein, but as the creator of a global fashion influence that will change the entire map of the industry? Or is all this just a clever rumor game concocted by the international media to create temporary hysteria? We don't know the answer yet, but one thing is certain, the world is waiting. And if Jungkook really signs that fancy contract, then the whole history of fashion will be changed for good.